Chicago Bears wide receiver Byron Pringle was arrested for reckless driving. So let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video. Talking some NFL, talking about the Chicago Bears. And this is news that I did not expect to talk about. Okay? And I know I'm a little late to this, but been really busy here, but still trying to get this content out for you guys. So Byron Pringle got arrested over the weekend, okay? And again, like I mentioned, this was not a report that I was expecting to hear. Came out of nowhere, actually, okay? And so Byron Pringle was arrested for reportedly doing donuts in his car. That too on a suspended license. Oh, and he had a child in his car. Thankfully, nobody got hurt. But this is far from ideal behavior that you would want from your biggest, and I'm putting air quotes around biggest, wide receiver free agent signing. New GM Ryan Poles has gotten a lot of, I would say criticism, if you will, for his lack of aggressiveness in free agency and especially not signing big name free agents, right? Going after these lower tier guys. And putting that aside for a second in terms of the judgment of the guys itself, this isn't going to help, right? Ryan Poles is already getting killed by Bears fans about, hey, he's not even adding talented guys. It's a bunch of meh, whatever guys. And now one of those guys, and Byron Pringle, who I actually thought was a decent signing, but I just didn't like him as a wide receiver 2 instead of wide receiver 3 would be more ideal. Any which way, Byron Pringle gets arrested. He gets arrested. So, again, this is not acceptable. Obviously, this isn't to the level of different crimes that obviously could have happened here. There's been a lot of domestic violence cases, etc. in the NFL. So thankfully, it's nothing like that. And nobody was hurt, like I mentioned. But the fact that still remains, reckless driving, on a suspended license, breaking the law, child in the car, and he was reportedly uncooperative with the police. So you don't like to hear any of this stuff. Now, Byron Pringle, don't really know too much about his record. Again, it's not like a guy who you reportedly hear about that keeps getting in trouble. So hopefully this is a one-off thing. As far as the suspension, I'd be pretty surprised if the NFL did suspend him because, again, like I said, if it's one of those domestic abuse type of cases, usually I don't think it would happen. Now, the Bears could discipline him themselves. That could be the case. But overall, folks, this does not look good for Ryan Poles because he was trying to go after these, excuse me, I can't even talk. He was trying to go after these high character, low maintenance guys, and Byron Pringle goes ahead and just blows that theory up by his reckless behavior. So hopefully, this behavior doesn't continue and we don't hear about any more issues with Byron Pringle. And I would think that the Bears probably do discipline him. Now, a lot of people have asked me, will they cut him, release him, anything like that? I don't think so. I don't think they will. One, the Bears kind of need him at this point because the talent in the wide receiver pool is pretty much dried up here unless you overpay for a guy. And yeah, obviously you got the draft coming up, but I don't know. I don't see the Bears cutting him, but we'll see. I don't see that happening. I don't think the NFL was suspended, but I do think the Bears will punish him. That is what I do think happens. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks for watching.